It is now Monday the 8th of November, which means it is officially the start of birthday week. Hi everyone, my name's Claire, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. Today's video is going to be a new weekly reading vlog. I am trying to do these vlogs every week in November for all of Royal Readathon, which if you want to know my full TBR of that, I will link my TBR MASH video and I'll link last week's vlog as well. But yes, basically I have so far read 3 books this month. 2 of them have been on my Royal Readathon TBR, one of them was an extra. But I have 4 left to go for Royal Readathon. I have 5 left to go on my actual TBR. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. This week is, as I said, birthday week. My birthday's on Sunday. So the last day of this vlog. I'm going away on Friday. I'm going to London for the weekend with my mum and my sister. So not entirely sure how much reading will be done that weekend. Although obviously there is the journeys there and back where I can definitely do some reading for that. So until then, I need to kind of do as much reading as possible. And I have last minute decided to take part in LDRathon, which is Readathon hosted by Chloe from Chloe Reads Books. It stands for Long Distance Relationship-a-thon. It's based on the long distance relationship that she is in with her partner who lives in America. And yeah, there are 5 prompts total. I am attempting to read 5 books. I don't know if that will actually happen. 2 of them are very, very short. And the other ones I may double up on prompts. I just haven't quite decided yet. But basically I started reading this one yesterday, This Savage Song. This is on my Royal Readathon TBR for rereading a book to keep the story alive. And it is also going to be on LDRathon for the prompt of rereading a comfort read. It's not really a comfort read in terms of like the storyline, but it is one of my favourite authors, so it's comfort read in that sense of knowing that one, I've already read it and I know I loved it, and also that always a comfort to pick up V. Schwab's writing. I'm not going to go through my full TBR for the week right now because it's still not entirely set in stone. I do have something else just to talk about before I wrap up this opening clip. Basically this morning the postman was walking up to our door with a load of parcels and my mum asked what have I been ordering, and I'm like, no, it's not all for me, some of it must be for you. I've only got like 1 thing arriving today. I may have forgot that I had some pre-orders and special editions arriving, and lo and behold it was all for me. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a mini haul. You'll see all this my proper haul at the end of the month, but yeah, just to let you know what I do have, some of my options to read this week. I just got my pre-order. This is one of the ones I forgot. It's my pre-order of A Psalm of Storms and Silence by Roseanne A. Brown. So this is a sequel to A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, which I read the beginning of the year, I believe, and I really, really enjoyed that book. So I'm excited to have this one. It's also just really, really pretty. I don't know when I'll read this one. It won't be this week. It might be before the end of the month, but yes, excited to have this. I believe it is just a duology, so this should conclude the story, but I should check that out actually. This one I will be reading this week because it is very, very short, and that is Extraordinary by V. Schwab. So this is a graphic novel. It's a very, very thin graphic novel, which is a continuation of the Villains series, so Vicious and Vengeful. I do actually have all of the individual comic books for this, but I haven't read them. I've been getting them as they arrive, but I haven't read them. But now I have the bind up, I will actually sit down and read this at some point this week. This is the Illumicrate edition, so this cover is, I believe, exclusive to Illumicrate. It's one of the variants from one of the comic book issues. It is also a signed copy. So looking forward to reading that. And then the big Illumicrate box has actually got 2 books in there. So it has got a special edition version of The House from the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. This one has got beautiful sprayed edges that kind of follow on from the front of the book. It has also end papers. The actual naked hardcover is beautiful. It's so pretty. And then it is signed by TJ Klune. This is one of my favourite books I've read this year. I read this one at the beginning of the year and adored it, so had to get the special edition. And also it came with a special edition of his new book, Under the Whispering Door, which is one of my most anticipated releases for the end of the year. I'm hoping to read this one this week. And again, it has sprayed edges, kind of match the front of the book. Again, end papers. Undercover design kind of matches that, the one from House in the Cerulean Sea. And then again, it is a signed copy. So yeah, I got a few things this morning and I'm very happy about it. And I know I've got another book coming tomorrow. So all of the book mail for me this week. right, I'm going to go now. My plan for today is actually just to tidy my entire room. I need to sort out all my wardrobe. I need to sort out bookcases. I'm going to do a little bit of an unhaul. It's just a day of getting things sorted. So I'm not actually planning on reading too much during the daytime today. Like I said, I have started this Savage song and I do want to read some of that today, but I know I just need to get stuff done and I don't have an audiobook to listen to. So what I'm going to do instead is just sort of power through stuff, and then tonight I'm going to try and read some of this, but I'm also going to read this one because then I'll feel good about having read sort of a full book at the beginning of the second readathon that I've decided to participate in. This one, by the way, works for the prompt that I believe it's a prompt that is about how many miles away Chloe and her partner are, and the prompt is basically to read a book set in another country. This is all set in America. So yeah, right, I'm going to actually go and do stuff because I've been putting it off all morning. Hello. You may have noticed since the last clip that I've been to the hairdressers. It is now Tuesday afternoon. I, like I said, went to the hairdressers this morning and got my hair dyed. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but it's like this sort of coppery colour all the way through. And then the little face frame at the front, I'm very happy with it. I don't like how they styled it. They always straighten it too much. Whenever I go to the hairdressers, they never like ask how I want it styled. They just sort of straighten it. So I'm gonna run some curlers through it, make it look a little bit better. And yeah, plans for the rest of the day is to carry on tidying my room. I sorted out all my wardrobe yesterday, so I didn't actually manage to do too much reading yesterday. Well, actually, yeah, let me give you an update. I have not updated very much at all. I didn't read much of the Savage song yesterday, but I did read the entirety of the Extraordinary comic that arrived yesterday morning. I gave it 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I love the villain's world, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. So I'm happy I read that one. Happy that I have finished a book now for Readathon that fit the prompt of a book set in a country not your own. It also does fit the prompt of 5-star prediction if I end up doubling up, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to avoid doubling up if I can. I am still reading the Savage song, so I did manage to read a bit in the hairdressers because this was sort of developing for like 45-50 minutes, so I managed to read some. I have the Kindle ebook, so I read it on my phone while I was sat waiting, and I'm now, I don't know how far in. I didn't actually manage to read like too much of it last night at all, so I'm still probably only about 150 pages in, but I found I was actually reading it quicker on the ebook, so I might end up picking it up like that on my iPad even while I'm sat at home. And yeah, basically now I'm going to curl my hair a little bit and I'm going to carry on sorting out my room. So I did all my wardrobe yesterday and it took me hours because I hate sorting out my wardrobe. What I always do is I sort of take all the clothes out, sort through it all, and then just kind of sit and stare at it for hours because I hate putting it back away afterwards. I don't know why. So what I need to do now is sort out my bookcases, which I'm going to start today. I probably won't finish it, but I'm going to sort through some of those, do a little bit of an unhaul, ready to film that on Thursday morning, hopefully. So, right, I'm going to go and curl the hair and then just so I can see how it looks, and then I'm going to do some sorting, and I won't be reading while I'm doing this because I don't have an audiobook on the go at the minute. I really wanted to do the audiobook for Aurora's End. I wanted to start that because it came out today, so I thought I'll start the audiobook before the physical copy arrives, and the audiobook isn't on UK Audible, which is really irritating. I've saved a credit purposely for this, so hopefully that comes on soon. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm just going to carry on. That's better. There we go. Hello, it is now Wednesday morning. I did plan on coming on here and doing like a big update telling you what my TBR was for Readathon and all that, because I realised I haven't actually given you a full update. But I'm going to the cinema today and I've not given myself enough time to get ready. I basically need to leave the house in like 2 minutes. So I'm just going to give you a really quick update on what I have read so far. So I'm still reading this Savage song basically. This is for the prompt of rereading, picking up a comfort read, something like that. I am going to give you a proper rundown later. But I have about 100 pages left of this. I am very much enjoying it on a reread. I'm actually probably enjoying it more than the first time I read it. So I'm hoping to finish that today. I'm going to the cinema to see Eternals, and then I'm going to see June after, but I'm back in this evening and I have no plans. So this evening I plan on finishing this and then also potentially reading The Creakers by Tom Fletcher, which is going to be my gifted book, which again, I will go through the proper prompts when I get home later, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. So that's where I'm at the minute. I'm about to go to the cinema and I'll see you guys soon. Hello. I am going to actually do a proper clip in this vlog now because I feel like so far it's been very all over the place. I don't even know what I've actually said so far. I know I've filmed like a couple of clips talking about what I'm reading at the minute, and I know I keep mentioning that I'm doing LDR-a-thon, but I haven't actually like told you what my TBR is in general for that. So that is what this is going to be. This is going to be Wednesday evening telling you what my plans are for the week, even though we're already halfway through. So LDR-a-thon, I think I've already explained, it is a readathon that is hosted by Chloe from Chloe Reads Books, and it's all based around long distance relationships because she is in a long distance relationship. So all the prompts are centered around the idea of a long distance relationship, in particular Chloe's actual relationship as well, because there's one that is all about the amount of miles between her and Cole, her partner's house. So I'm just going to tell you what the problems are, and then I'm going to tell you what my general TBR is. And then I will actually catch you up on how my day went, because last time I spoke to you I was going to the cinema and I have thoughts to discuss. But anyway, so the first one is FaceTime calls, which is to read a book recommended by a friend. So for this I am actually going to be reading Adult Duet by V. Schwab. So I'm currently reading This Savage Song, should hopefully finish it tonight. Haven't updated though, I haven't read anything since I last spoke to you, so I'm not going to say much more about that. But Adult Duet is on my Royal Readathon TBR, partly because when I put up a video saying that I wanted to reread this series, Becca, who is hosting Royal Readathon, actually commented on my video and said Adult Duet would work really well for a prompt for that. So I'm taking that as my recommendation from a friend, thank you Becca, and yes, Adult Duet is going to be my recommended by a friend FaceTime call prompt. The next prompt is 3,924 miles, which like I said is the amount of miles between Chloe and Cole's houses, and that is to read a book set in a different country, which I've already completed. For that one I read Extraordinary, the graphic novel by B. Schwab that I've already spoke about in this video. Then we have Reunion, which is to read a 5-star prediction. That could work for Extraordinary, it could also work for Adult Duet, it could work for a number of things, so I'm just going to say that one's already done. I am going to have to double up like once on this because I'm not going to be able to read 5 books this week, I know I'm not. The next one is Airmail, which is to read a gifted book. So for that I'm going to hopefully tomorrow read the entirety of The Creakers by Tom Fletcher. I got this one as a birthday present. Whenever it came out, my mum bought it for me and she got me the signed copy, which I'm very happy about because I love Tom Fletcher. So, but for some reason I have not read this yet. I've read all the Christmas Horus books, I just haven't read The Creakers yet. So I thought this would be quite good because I can read this in a day, because it's very much a children's book complete with illustrations and then sort of the fun writing throughout as well. So yes, hopefully going to read this one tomorrow. And then for the last prompt we have Travel Bans, which is to read a comfort read, which is where I am reading This Savage Song, which like I said should hopefully finish tonight. I'm kind of determined just to stay up until I finish it. Right, so I've actually told you my LDR-a-thon thing now. Now just to capture you up on my day, so like I said, the last clip you'll have seen was me going to the cinema. I had a solo date day at the cinema. I wanted to see 2 films and there wasn't anyone else that wanted to go and see them with me, and I enjoyed my own company sometimes. So I went and sat in the cinema for about 5 hours. I went to see Eternals, a new Marvel film, and then I went to see June, and I enjoyed them both. I probably the Eternals more than June, but I'll give you my quick thoughts on them. Eternals I actually really enjoyed. I know that it hasn't been getting as great reviews as some of the other Marvel films, but it's definitely different from some of the other Marvel ones. It's like not as action-packed, it's more character-driven, definitely. But I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed a lot of the characters in it. I really enjoyed I like a lot of the actors who were in it, so that worked out really well. Gemma Chan in particular was great. She was kind of the main one story, and I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I feel like it was setting up very well for their clearly going to play a bigger part going forward, and I feel like it was setting up very well. And yeah, I just love Marvel films, to be honest. I don't have too many more thoughts on that. There's not been one that I've like actively disliked. So yes, I was just very happy to be watching a new Marvel film. It's just nice to have them back in the cinema after not having them for a while, obviously. So this year now we've had Black Widow, we've had Shang-Chi, we've now got Eternals, we've got Spider-Man coming out at the end of the year, and it's a good time for Marvel, especially with all the TV shows as well. I had the trailer for the Hawkeye TV show just before it came on, and then some of the after credit scenes as well, setting up future films. I'm very excited. So the second film I saw was Dune, and that one I enjoyed. I didn't really know what to expect going into it because I've never read the book and haven't seen the film that was made of it previously, so I didn't really know too much. I did enjoy it. I'm possibly tempted to pick up the book, actually. Like, it felt like it would be very good in book format, so I'm tempted to pick that up and try and read it at some point. The other thing is that they made that film with the hope that there would be a second one, but without knowing there definitely would be. But I'm very glad that they have picked it up to do the second part, because it feels like it is halfway through a book, which is what it was. They've literally just done the first half of the book, and it just feels like a lot of it was setting up, and we haven't had any of the actual like payoff that you would get in a second half of a book yet. So I feel like the second one could be great, but the first one was just very much like, it's felt incomplete, because it is. Normally if it's like a first one in a series, you'll still get some sort of satisfaction, some sort of payoff from it, but you didn't get that because it was literally halfway through the story that in other formats is told in one volume. But I did enjoy it, and I will go and see the second one. So those are my quick thoughts on films. I have one other thing to catch you up on today, which is some book mail that finally arrived. Look what I have. I have a Rose's End, but no, I'm not actually going to pick this up this week because it will not fit onto my TBR. But I do have this, and I'm very happy that I do. It's about 500 pages long, so this will be next week's reading, definitely. And yeah, happy that I have the full trilogy now, and I also got the signed edition again, so yay for that. And I can see where this goes, see where that cliffhanger takes us that was at the end of Aurora Burning. I think that's all I'm going to catch you up on for now, but hopefully this is a bit more of a coherent vlog now going forward. Basically tomorrow's plans are to just read. Like I said, I'm planning to read all of the Creekers, and then on Friday I go to London for the weekend for my birthday, so tomorrow is probably some of the last like chatty talky clips, because this weekend I'm going with my mum and my sister, so I won't be able to like sit down and talk to you guys as much, but I'll try and take you with me as much as possible. But yes, right now I'm going to go and try and finish this Savage song, so I'll speak to you guys in a bit. So this is a clip that I'm going to film, and if it doesn't work out in my favour, you're just never going to see it. Basically, I'm doing Royal Readathon, I am doing LDR-a-thon, the other readathon that is taking place in November, the one that a lot of people are participating in, is Believathon, which is hosted by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. The reason why I'm not really participating in this is that it is basically you are supposed to read middle grade, and I don't really read a lot of middle grade. I do have some on my shelves. I have read some this year, but I read them sort of few and far between. I do have some on my TBR shelf though, and basically what I'm thinking of doing is I have a random number generator. I'm not going to print off all the cards, but I have a random number generator. I'm going to put 1 to 30 because that's how many prompts there are. I'm going to see what comes up, and to do Believathon, all you have to do is read one middle grade book. I already have one middle grade book on my TBR this week, so I'm going to do the random number generator, see what comes up. If I can make that book fit, I'm doing Believathon. If not, depending on what prompt comes up, I might do Believathon before the end of the month. I might try and squeeze an extra book in, because like I said, I do have a few things on my TBR shelf. But let us see if we can fit it in this week, shall we? So random number generator of 1 to 30. Number 21. I'm going to have to watch Gavin's video now and see what that is. Bear with me 1 second.
When the night makes your blood run cold, read a scary book.
So that actually works out perfect, because the prompt for it is to read a scary book. Now, I'm not going to say this is going to be the most scary book in the world, but I'm just going to read you the synopsis on the back. What silently waits in the shadows at night? What's under your bed keeping just out of sight? What's patiently waiting while you're counting sheep? What never comes out unless you're fast asleep? What makes all the creaks, cracks and clangs in your house? It isn't the cat or your dog or a mouse. Those noises are made by mysterious creatures. Read on if you dare and you might meet the creakers. That sounds like it's supposed to be scary. Maybe, like, not for me, but for little kids. It's about things that are underneath your bed. Like, it sounds like it could be a little bit scary. I think we could count this. So yeah, Believer-thon is apparently happening now as well. Hello. I've just been filming, hence why I'm in this setup at the minute. I filmed 3 videos today actually. I'm doing quite well. I just thought I needed to, well, I had 2 that I wanted to film, like one for this Saturday and one for next Saturday. And then I got tagged in a video by Becca and I thought, well, I might as well do that while I'm here as well. So I now have sort of videos, well actually one of them's probably going to go up in December because I was working out sort of when everything's coming out with like TBRs and hauls and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, it's I'm pretty much set. I'm very tempted. Everyone's on Twitter is talking about doing like Bookmas and I'm really tempted to do that, but I need to look at sort of scheduling and see whether or not I would actually logistically be able to film like 12 videos. I think that I wouldn't do like the everyday. I'd do 12 days if I was going to do it, but we will see. It's also whether or not I'd have ideas for 12 like Christmassy themed videos, but yes, we will see. Anyway, update on reading. I finished this Savage song last night. I gave it 5 stars. It's actually gone up a rating since the last time I read it. Last time I gave it 4 stars and this time I gave it 5. I really enjoyed it. I can appreciate I think I just appreciate Beatrice's writing style so much more now than I did the first time I read it. That I was just like, yes, I love this. Her books do tend to be quite slow at the beginning, but I was expecting that this time, so I think that's probably what helped bump it up a star. And yeah, I'm very excited to read Our Dark Duet. I will be reading that starting possibly today, but first I am going to read The Creakers by Tom Fletcher. I can't grab it at the minute because I'm surrounded by books for the video I just filmed, but I read about 50 pages of that this morning and I am enjoying that so far actually. I put that one off I think because while I loved the Christmas Horror books, I wasn't sure if I'd like, because I don't generally read a lot of middle grade, I wasn't sure if I'd like another book that wasn't like Christmassy themed. I felt like Christmas might have pushed Christmas Horrors over the edge for me, but so far I'm actually really enjoying it. It's basically about I think I read the synopsis last night, but so far it's basically about all the adults in this town have gone missing and the kids don't know where they've gone, but it's going to come back to the creakers, which are the creatures that live underneath the bed. And yeah, they've just figured out that they've all gone missing. They've sort of woke up in the morning and they've done everything they can to try and find them, and they still can't find them, so they're about to start their adventure, I suppose, to figure out exactly where it is that they've gone. And yeah, basically I'm going to tidy my room now because, like I said, there are books everywhere. And once I've done that, I will get back to reading and I will give you guys an update later. Hello, quick update. It is Friday morning. I am getting ready to leave the house to go to London for the weekend. Yay. It's my birthday on Sunday. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but I'm going to London for that. I am going to the theatre. I think I've already mentioned that in this vlog actually. But yes, I will be going to see Hamilton tonight. I'm going to see Come From Away tomorrow. I'm going to see Cinderella tomorrow evening. And then I'm going to a museum exhibition on the day of my birthday. It's an Alice in Wonderland exhibition. I will be taking you with me, but not too much. Like, I won't be doing any talkie clips or anything because I'm going with my mum and my sister and I don't really feel comfortable doing that in front of them. So I thought I would just give you a bit of an update now on where my reading's at. It's actually not that great. I planned on reading a fair amount last night. I planned on trying to finish Creakers. I didn't. I was watching an author event actually with Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff for Aurora's End, and then doing some editing and things, and I just didn't pick up a book, but I have picked it up now. I have about 160 pages left, so I'm going to take this one with me. I'm also taking Our Dark Duet to read on the way home, but yeah, because I should hopefully get this done actually on the travel down there today. But yes, I am also listening to, I don't know if you can see on the TV behind me, I'm listening to Red Taylor's version because that came out today. I don't know how many of you guys know this, but I'm a massive Taylor Swift fan. So, and this is actually Red and Speak Now are my two favourite albums of hers. So Red, Taylor's version, is one of the ones I was really looking forward to, especially because we have a 10-minute long version of All Too Well, which is my favourite song. All Too Well and Enchanted, my two favourite songs, hence why Red and Speak Now are my two favourite albums. And yes, the 10-minute version, I woke up naturally at 5:30 and it had come on at 5, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to have to listen to this now. And yeah, it was everything I wanted it to be and more, and I'm very happy I've listened. This is the second time I'm listening to it through now, and yeah, sorry, this has become a Taylor Swift vlog now. It's just me gushing about Taylor Swift. It's not books anymore. Right, I'm actually gonna go because I would like to have some breakfast before I leave the house. Wrapping up the vlog on a Monday evening when it should have been done yesterday, and sat on the floor of my bedroom with wet hair because I've just been in the shower. Hi, it is, as I said, Monday evening, so it is a Monday the 15th. Yesterday was my birthday and I was in London, as I said, so I did film some stuff. You should have just seen that, but I obviously wasn't able to do a sort of full wrap up. But yeah, I didn't do any talkie clips, and I also didn't really do any reading, to be honest. I did take some books. I read a little bit more of the Creakers. I don't have the book, but I do have the dust jacket. I read a little bit more of the Creakers on the train on the way down, but then just did not pick it up all weekend. It was just hectic, and when I was on the train home yesterday, I was too stressed out to be sort of reading it at the time, so that is fine. I am going to go and finish this tonight. I've only got about 60 pages left and it is a very quick read, but it does mean that I did fail at LDR-a-thon. I only actually managed to finish 2 books during last week, which I say only, I mean it's still good, although one of them was a lot smaller than the other. So I finished Extraordinary by V. Schwab. I gave this one 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I love the villains universe and I really enjoyed this graphic novel, comic, whatever you want to call it, just kind of filling in the gap between the first and the second one. I'm very excited for when this series does eventually carry on with the 3rd book in the series. And then I reread This Savage Song, also gave this one 5 stars. It was a 4-star last time I read it, 5-star this time. I've already said my thoughts, so I'm not going to go into it too much. But one last thing to sort of catch you guys up on, obviously, like I said, was birthday yesterday. I'm not going to do like a full sort of birthday haul video. I will say that the reason why the lighting is evening and yet you can actually see me in this clip is the supportive mother that I have bought me a ring light with a little camera mount on it so that I can have better lighting for my videos because she's lovely. So that is a good thing. That's one present. But I did get some gifts from a couple of people in the bookish community, so I thought I would just do a little bit of a book haul at the end of this video just to tie it all together. So birthday book haul, we shall start off with the first one that I think came through the door, and that was a copy of Illuminae by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, which you probably know if you've watched any of my other videos. I have a little bit of a love of J. Kristoff's writing at the minute. I am going to read Aurora's End this week. It obviously did arrive this week, so I will be reading it in the next vlog, hopefully. But this one is from Rachel. It says, "Dear Chloe, I hope your love of J. Kristoff continues with this book. Happy birthday." So yes, I did read this one. I have read this one before. I actually read it and then unhauled a copy that I had, but it was sort of, I think I just wasn't really prepared for exactly what it was, and I actually think I will love it on a reread. So I'm really happy to have another copy of this in my life now, to be able to reread it and then to finally actually carry on with the series, which I will probably end up picking up. You might see the second 2 in a haul soon because we know what I'm like. I like to read the series fairly quickly if I can. I then got 2 books from the lovely Meg. Meg actually has the same birthday as me. We actually found out in previous conversations that we have a lot of things in common, like a creepy amount of things in common. But she sent me 2 books. So she sent me 10,000 Doors of January, and I knew as soon as I opened this one, I knew who it was from because I know that she loves this book and I know she would have sent it to me. But yeah, she said on the gift note, "This is one of my favourite books, so I hope you like it," which I hope I do too. I did read Once and Future Witches and it wasn't my favourite book of all time, but I did appreciate some of the things about it, and I'm hoping that I really love this one. And then she also sent me Mad Ship by Robin Hobb, so I can continue on with Live Ship Traders. Don't have to rush out and buy the second one, so I'm ready to carry on with it. And clearly she had watched my TBR because she said, "I hope you enjoy reading Ship of Magic this month, and I'm sure you'll want to dive into this one next month. Enjoy." So thank you for those 2, Meg. Then the next one that I received was Sad Ghost Club, and this one was from Steph Loves. So she sent me a letter saying, "Happy birthday, lovely. I hope you have a fabulous day." And I'm very excited to read this one. I'll hopefully fit it in this month because obviously it's a graphic novel. It seems like it's going to be a fairly easy one to read. This should be like a nice one afternoon type read that I will be fitting in as soon as possible, so thank you for that one. And then actually it's a good thing that I've not wrapped this up till today because I had a slightly belated gift arrive today as well, and this one was from Holly, so thank you, Holly. This one is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I actually have Emily Henry's book that came out this year. Is it People Who Meet on Vacation? I don't know if that's the UK or the US title. I know it's got 2 different titles, but I was actually wanting to read this one first. I know they're not sort of related to each other at all, but I like reading things in publication order even if they're not, so I wanted to read this one first, and I'm glad that I now have it. And she said in her note, "I hope you love this book. I really enjoyed it, but bring the tissues." Okay, was not expecting it to be a sort of heart-wrenching one, but I'm here for it. So yes, this is my little birthday book haul. So thank you to you guys who sent me gifts. Thank you to anyone who wished me happy birthday on sort of social media and things like that. It was a very nice day. In my next vlog I might talk a little bit more about the weekend and sort of what my thoughts were on the shows and things like that, because I am too tired to be doing that right now. But that being said, I saw 3 shows that I've already seen before and I knew I loved them all, so it was great. That is where I'm going to leave this video. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below. I'll try and be a little bit more coherent. I feel like this clip has just been, but I will probably start a new vlog tomorrow and I'll try and actually be a little bit more with it. So yes, thank you, and I'll see you guys soon with a new video. Bye.